Well, that is a complete shit show. I am Turch, and with me is my co-host, the CEO, the in-studio CEO.
Yeah.
I almost said in-studio guest. I wrote in-studio guest. He's not a guest. He's the CEO. It's Kieran. How you doing, buddy?
Thank you very much. And everyone, you're going to be very excited because I'm a witness. A witness to an extraordinary event, Turch.
Oh, what did you say? What did you say?
I saw you promise your girlfriend that you are going to clean the shower. Round of applause, everyone. Round of applause.
Pretty amazing. What can I say? Pretty amazing. What can I say?
And as I was sitting there watching you two fight,
It was pretty funny.
all I could think of was Everyone Loves Raymond.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Do you know how many times we watched that show? And because...
Jess is Marie. I know she's listening to this podcast.
No.
I just saw the visualization. In 50 years' time, she's Marie, you're Frank. Right?
No. We are definitely Ray and... what's the wife's name?
Fiona,
I don't know.
The wife.
Yeah. Ray's wife. And
Does that make me the brother?
And no. And then it's like... Marie and Frank are my dad and my mum.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And, my dad always yelling and just eating and drinking, and my mum just, judging everybody.
Yeah.
And then my brother is definitely Robert.
Yeah, okay. Your brother's definitely... Yeah, I would agree with that.
So very good combination there. I can absolutely say that. Maybe because it's just the Italian parents. What are you doing? Well, just being very judgy.
Yeah.
They're very good at that. I don't know how she does it. She can be both very obnoxious and very sympathetic at the same time.
I know, she's lovely.
She's lovely. And then she'll say something and she'll be like, oh, you do that, do you? And it's like, oh, mum, you can't just say that about, you can't just say that about people.
Oh, it's like, oh, you're a doctor. Oh, but you...
you can't... Oh, only psychology.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. You can't prescribe?
You can't, yeah. Just, you got a Bachelor of Accounting, but, you don't do taxes. Like... Thanks, Mum.
Oh, you cooked a really nice meal, but no dessert? Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Or, you didn't make this from scratch. I would have made it from scratch. Well, you know what, Mum? I'm not on school holidays. Go fuck yourself. Oh, what a week it's been. We put out our last episode via Skype, and they're never as good. So this time, I thought to myself, Kieran...
Do you know what it is?
What is it?
There's a lag, right?
Yes.
When we do it via Skype.
Yeah.
There's a lag,
yeah.
and it's just...
It's not the same.
It's not the same
back and forth.
Yeah.
Everyone gets cut off because of Skype and how it works and stuff like that. It's just not the best. But in studio, it's always the best. And luckily, the next couple of episodes, we're in the studio and we've got special guests all coming up.
We do. It's going to be a special extravaganza.
I know. Back-to-back guests.
Back-to-back guests,
which
that's
is
right.
Awesome. So very important, very important. But Kieran, I've got a couple of rants today.
Oh, that's good.
And I figure all these rants you might feel something about. Okay. First of all, are you a Mickey Mouse person? Or are you a Bugs Bunny guy?
Oh shit. Bugs Bunny.
Yeah. So I've always grown up, and I've watched a lot of Disney films and Mickey stuff and all that. But every time I watch Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck, the whole Looney Tunes thing, Looney Tunes has always been my thing over
Space Jam.
Space Jam,
Tunes,
fantastic, or all the old cartoons, Wile E. Coyote, Elmer Fudd, Yosemite Sam, Daffy Duck, Porky Pig, Sylvester, Tweety, all those characters, fantastic.
And you know what I like about Space Jam? It's got Bill Murray in it.
It does have Bill Murray in it, and Wayne Newton.
Yeah.
Is that his name?
I think so.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, the guy that plays...
Favourite line in that when they're playing golf. I wasn't emotionally ready for that round.
Now, my favourite thing is like, how'd you get here? Oh, I took the bus. That's what I expected. Bill Murray. I don't know why he's there. I don't know how much money they paid for him to be there, but he's there and he's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love Bill Murray. But nonetheless, did you know that like a lot of things you can find on YouTube or a streaming service, all that, I cannot find anywhere unless I buy DVDs from somewhere, and even that is hard to find.
You go to JB Hi-Fi.
Yeah.
They still sell DVDs.
I know.
Didn't I talk about this a few podcasts ago?
You did.
Yeah.
But I don't have a DVD player plugged in because I've got all the streaming services ready to rock and roll. But that's the thing. I can't find anywhere where I could just watch back-to-back episodes of Looney Tunes cartoons from the 1930s, 40s, and 50s. And that's really frustrating because I wanted to... we were sitting down just on the couch talking about something, and I'm like, we've got...
What type of couch was this?
Just the couch out there.
Was this the sex couch?
Yes,
Yeah,
always.
The casting couch.
The casting couch, yes.
Couch. You're on the casting couch, yep.
We should do the podcast from there. We've got a few guests coming. It'll be very exciting for everybody. Very weird.
Actually, listen, we could put a couch there.
Yeah. Well, out of the business expense. It could be a business expense.
Look, we'll just grab one from out there and we'll put no one podcast world listening to this. They don't know what we're talking about.
No.
Yeah.
And we'll never do video because it's a podcast, and I feel like if we do video, eventually we're just going to be yelling at each other with hands or showing videos or pointing to stuff, and all the audio listeners are just not going to get it. Nonetheless, you couldn't find it anywhere, so just on the couch, and I showed Jess a meme, like a video, and in the background it had the Duck Dodgers song.
Yeah.
Great song. And I'm like, look at this. I'm like, have you ever seen it? No. And she's like, no, I haven't. I'm like, straight onto YouTube. So I'm like, where else am I going to find it? And there's no, like, obviously Warner Brothers just takes it down, all that sort of stuff. But it's only got like one clip of it, and it's not the whole thing, and it misses it cuts all the jokes. I'm like, I just want to show Jess Duck Dodgers from the 24th and a half century, and I just can't do it. I can't find somewhere. And if someone out there knows how I can watch all the old Warner Brothers cartoons somewhere back to back, I've got a day off coming up. I'm going to watch them all.
It's called illegally downloading.
Somewhere I used to have some of that, but I just want all of them. I don't want I feel like if I'm downloading something, I'm going to be downloading like a really shitty version of it.
Yeah, right.
Or I'm going to be getting the best of Looney Tunes, and it's not going to have everything.
All of them.
It's going to miss one that I really want, or it's going to have something missing. It's I just want it all. I want to watch it back to back. I want to watch all the Porky Pig. I want all the Marvin the Martian. I want to watch all of Foghorn Leghorn. I want to watch all of that back to back.
Okay.
But that's just
When's your birthday?
November.
All right. Well, November, some lucky boy or girl. You might have had a sex reassignment surgery by then.
That's true.
It's going to get, maybe, if you're good, I'll define what good is.
Later.
Might get it for their birthday.
If not, I buy the gift. So secondly, speaking of streaming services, and this is something else I'm going to rant about. I'm on a couple of rants today that are all sort of interlinked, but not really. The third one is definitely not interlinked. Okay. But I feel like that one there's the one.
But it's like an intermodal, transport.
That's right.
Hub.
I was driving for work today, a bunch of sites, and making that, and I'm like, perfect. Spotify on, and I'm like, great. I really want to listen to. I've been doing a bit of a Black Sabbath rundown, right? Yeah. And I'm like, cool. And I know the Black Sabbath later on in time.
We are so different.
Yeah.
Right. I'm listening to investing podcasts. That's my drives at the moment. Well. I'm getting really excited because I'm like, I'm up to episode 189.
No, I'm trying to listen to Black Sabbath, right? And I'm like, Tony Iommi, had all these albums that were never released back in the day, but he released them later on with Glenn Hughes. Yeah. And I love Glenn Hughes. Fantastic vocalist, bass player, played in Trapeze, played in Deep Purple, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Really good. But those albums are not on Spotify.
Yeah, do you know why?
Continue.
No, that's not me saying... Well, I think I know why.
Why?
Because if they dump everything on the streaming service, then it becomes like a saturated market and people won't come back.
Yeah.
Right? So they've actually got to put content on there and then they remove it as well.
Well, that's another thing that
And then they put it back on there for a limited time.
Well, that's another thing I was going to say. So those albums are Fused and just the one with Glenn Hughes.
Futurama.
Yeah.
Futurama's not on any of the streaming services.
It's not. No. That's another thing I'm annoyed about. But another album by a band called Rainbow, who long history, but nonetheless, there's one album there with the singer from Alcatraz, right?
Yeah, right.
And fantastic album. And it's actually probably my favorite Rainbow album. And I listened to that album, I loved it. And recently, I said to Jess, we should cover that song, Since You've Been Gone.
Yeah.
And Jess like, yeah, put it on the thing. And I looked for the song. The song was there, but only in the greatest hits of Rainbow. And I'm like, no, I wouldn't listen to it in context to the album because there's some other really great songs on there. And the album's gone. And I think that's, for me, streaming services. The fact that they can put stuff up there and then take it away from you without
asking you your permission.
Well, you know what? If I'm buying a service and if I can listen to that song, I expect to be able to listen to that song all the time. You know, and it's the same, I guess, for Netflix. Like, you know, like Stan, they had a lot of the Disney films on there, but now that Disney Plus has gone across, you can't see those films on Stan. But if you bought Stan specifically to watch Disney and the other things, you should, you buy a DVD, it doesn't change halfway. Like, you buy the original version of Star Wars, it doesn't change in 5 years to the version where Lucas has added in all the special effects in the background. And that's something that could definitely happen. Like, you might put the original versions of a movie on there, the director goes, no, this is the film that's gone out, and now it's the director's cut only on Netflix, Spotify, whatever it is.
There's only one solution. We start the We Only Do One Take podcast streaming service.
It would be amazing.
With the shit they don't have. So it'll be very limited. So Futurama.
But it'd be very specific.
Yeah.
To what we want.
That's right.
Yeah. So I'm very annoyed at that. That's something I've been really frustrated about recently because it's stuff I've been really wanting. Like, it doesn't have... Remember I spoke to Maximum Bob on this show? Like, the Deli Creep stuff is not on there. And he's been trying to get it on. It's just not working. Some of the Buckethead stuff's not properly on there. Some obscure stuff is just not on there. So at the end of the day, I just have to download them anyway or buy the record like I've done with the Maximum Bob stuff. And I still have to convert it, transfer it over to my phone and all that sort of stuff. Very frustrating.
Very, very frustrating. I can see the frustration.
Good. That's what I want. See, like last time...
I can't hear it, but I can see it.
Okay, well, definitely... The frustration's definitely there, which is a good thing because I think the last couple of rants haven't been as angry. But luckily, I've got a third rant. So, I was driving around sites today, went into the building, it was about an hour drive between stuff.
What, you went into the building?
I can't talk about where
Or you went into a building?
I went into the building.
The building?
I can't talk about where.
No, that's fine. But you went into the building?
Yes.
The building?
Yes.
The building for today, and it was the?
It was the.
Okay.
Yes. And I went there and I was like, it's been an hour drive.
Did it have a lift?
I was going to take a piss. So, I went to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I was going to take a piss. And they only had a cubicle.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have any urinal walls on it. That's fine. Go in there, and down the bottom of the fucking bowl.
Yeah.
Piss.
Mm-hmm.
Some cunt didn't flush. Let it mellow. You can go fuck yourself so far up your fucking asshole that I want you to shit blood for a week.
You know where yellow if it mellow applies?
Never!
No.
Never!
No, yellow if it mellow applies if you live in the country on water tanks and you're almost empty.
Okay. Even then...
That's when it does apply. If it's brown, you flush it down.
Yes.
If it's
always.
If it's yellow, you let it mellow until the next person turns up.
We're in the city.
Yeah.
Melbourne.
Yeah.
And someone's decided
at the building.
At the building.
The building.
And someone has gone, you know what? Let's save some fucking water.
I'm not going to flush. I'm not going to flush. I
hope all the environmentalist people, all these global climate change people, live in their piss-filled houses, smelling it up.
Do you know what I get to do every day?
What, flush your own toilets?
I do get to flush my own toilet.
That's good.
But a housemate of mine has a shower in the morning.
Yeah.
And if you flush the toilet, you mess with the hot water distribution.
I hope he listens to this.
And it's very tempting.
Yeah.
Very, very tempting. I have once pushed it, and you've heard the fucking fuck. Right.
That's exactly how you would sound as well.
And boy, I'm like, you know what? If I wasn't living with you, I would do it fucking
every day.
Every day.
Yep.
Like, it is so tempting. Yellow, okay.
Never let it mellow. Let it go.
Yeah.
Flush it all the way. Yellow or brown, flush it down. I don't care.
How do you not flush? That's just a habit.
It's just a habit, isn't it?
It's like brushing my teeth. I really can't go to bed without brushing my teeth.
Yeah, exactly. Or it's like sometimes I don't know, like
or wiping my ass. There's no way I can get off the toilet without wiping my ass.
Yeah, exactly right. Even if you didn't do anything, like you get in there, you just do a big fart.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I'll still wipe just to double check.
Yeah. Because sometimes you might shart.
Yes, exactly right. Exactly right.
You might get a bit of shit with the fart. Oh. It's called a shart.
Yes.
Just
thank you, Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Oh, look, some people could be listening to this podcast, like Alice, who may not know what these.
I guarantee. Alice knows what a shart is. She's a nurse. She knows what a shart is.
Well, then, Sydney people. Hey, have we heard anything from James?
I haven't heard anything yet, but maybe we'll get something soon. You never know.
All right.
Yeah. Nonetheless, so Kieran, have you got any news for us?
News?
Or a rant?
Or a rant?
I've been talking for a while.
You have been talking for a while.
Because after this, I have a doozy.
I've just been pushing the buttons. You know.
That's true.
That's my job. I've got an article for you.
Beautiful. What have you got for me?
Man riding horse stopped by police for using phone. This is an Australian article, by the way.
I was going to say, is this Australia? This is going to be like Queensland.
Who the fuck rides a horse?
Oh, you know, it's like what state of Australia would you say is the Texas of Australia?
Well, that's Queensland.
You reckon Queensland?
Yeah, but
I think it's in Queensland.
Yeah, but which is the worst state in Australia?
Melbourne.
Melbourne's a city.
True. New South Wales.
New South Wales. Do you know what? Australia's about the size of America, roughly.
Mm.
Right. America's got, 51, 52 states?
Yeah.
Something like that. What have we got, like 6, 7?
7, including the territories.
Yeah. Oh, then there's a lot of the island territories.
Oh, but, like, we're all the coronavirus people were just like, oh, yeah, come to Australia. Cook Island, though.
Christmas Island.
Christmas Island, sorry. Yeah, stick over there.
Where you're closer to Indonesia than you are to Australia. A man using a mobile phone while horse riding has faced court because he didn't have a hands-free device fitted to the animal. The man was riding in
amazing.
rural New South Wales road, travelling at an estimated speed of 10 kilometres an hour.
Good pace.
Holding a mobile phone to his ear when police stopped him. Now, rule number 1 of country policing. Right.
Leave the guy on the horse alone.
And I lived in the bush for a while. And I was a firefighter in the bush. And I got to know the local coppers. If someone's riding a fucking horse, they're a local.
Yeah. Yes.
Right?
City slicker's not going to come out and then ride a horse along the road.
Right? Rule number 2 of country policing. You pick on the city slickers, you don't pick on the fucking locals. Right? Even if the local is speeding, you're probably going to see them at the pub tonight.
That's
so
very true.
Give them a warning.
Yeah, they're just trying to beat you to the pub.
Yeah. Right?
Fantastic.
None of this. You've got to live in the same community.
I think so.
Your kids have to go to the same schools. So, when he later had the matter dealt with by Mudgee, local court magistrate, said, under the road rules, a horse is a vehicle, and he didn't have a hands-free device fitted to the horse.
Amazing.
The 30-year-old man pleaded guilty.
Well, there's not much you can really do.
Because he conceded that the horse was in motion.
So if the horse... So you can... I guess it's like a car. You can pull over to the side and be on your phone.
I guess so. A vehicle includes animal, drawn vehicle, and an animal that is being ridden or drawing a vehicle, with a ride defined as a rider of a motorbike or animal-drawn vehicle.
So if you...
Got dogs.
Santa can't be on his phone.
That's right.
with his reindeer.
Santa cannot be on his phone. Look, if we got some wheels and like a box, and then we put like a rope on Dweezil, and Dweezil was pulling us along, that's a vehicle.
That would be amazing. Two, I don't know. I've tried to see him pick up little bits of weights, and it doesn't really work very well. He's not as strong as he thinks he is.
I saw him with the stick trying to get it through the door.
There was a video of him trying to get the soccer ball through the door.
Was it the soccer ball?
Yeah, it was the soccer ball.
I didn't see the soccer ball. I just thought it was a stick.
Trying to get it through the dog door. It was very funny. Very exciting time for him. Oh, Kieran, I think
I'm excited now. Now, This is the part where hang on, this was supposed to be at the start of the episode, but I'll say it now. Hi,
please.
It's Kieran here from the We Only Do One Take podcast. Viewer discretion is advised for this next bit. I don't know what's coming up, but Turch is fucking killing himself when I actually came into the house.
Okay.
And he is so excited. He said this is either going to go really well or really bad. So viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah. So,
That's me.
yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah, okay, cool. So, I need your advice because I think this is going to become a regular segment on this show.
All right.
Um,
Without me knowing anything and looking at how miserable you are right now,
this is either going to be the greatest
I
thing...
think we should do it as a regular.
Okay, good. Because I really want to. Because, okay, so remember
This is how much faith I have in you.
No. So remember ages ago... Oh, not too long ago. We reviewed Karaoke Big E.
Yeah. Our friends at
Our
Karaoke.
friends at Karaoke Big E. And it turned out really well.
Yeah.
I found another podcast. Because remember, we got a guy on here with the ABDL community. And,
That's right.
And that became really normal.
Yeah.
Not enough for me to wear nappies and stuff like that, but enough to go, it doesn't faze me as much as I thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
I mean, you're considering going, I'm going to watch The Irishman 3 hours. Maybe I'll put a nappy on.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
That sounds
In the comfort of my own home, that's what you're thinking.
That's what I may be thinking. That's right. Or at least get a catheter or something like that,
That is a fetish as well.
That is a fetish. But we'll try to get someone. So I've been looking up other people to have on the show that could have weird stuff.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to get a furry, and I sort of found one, but sort of didn't.
Yeah.
Sort of flaked away. A new listener of ours got in contact with me and says, why don't you get someone on here that likes being breastfed, like adult men who like being breastfed. And I found an article about that, but I'm doing some research.
I also have brought in an article about that.
It's all yours. Is it? I hope it's about a very African country.
It is.
Okay,
All
great article. And then I thought to myself, what is like the worst kind of person I can find information about and get on the show? So I decided that pedophiles would be the way to go.
Okay, all right.
This is the episode that kills us. So, I went looking, and who of these podcasts just did an episode on a podcast about pedophiles?
Mm-hmm.
So I thought they did it all right,
Yeah.
and they put some interesting clips. And I went back, you know what? I'm interested in just listening to these people talk.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't get very far into their episode
Right, okay.
until I thought, I have to bring this in.
Why didn't you get very far?
Because I had to take so many clips
Right, okay.
of the first 20 minutes of this hour and 20-minute podcast with 13 episodes.
Okay.
I have to bring it in just to see if you think it's as funny as I do.
All right.
Now, I'm going to put it out there. So these people call themselves MAPS. And the podcast is called MAPS, M-A-P,
Yeah.
in real life, IRL.
Yeah.
And MAPS stands for Minor Attracted Person.
Okay.
So already, their psychology is a bit fucked up.
Yeah.
So I've got a bunch of clips here, and we're just going to go listen through them all, and I'm going to put some context, like I did with the other podcast. I'm just going to give you some context. You can listen to them, and then I just want your professional opinion
Okay.
on this, because I know you.
Yeah.
Straight away, as soon as I said we're going to talk about pedophiles.
I just wish people could see my face now, because I had no idea that this was coming up, and I'm like, yeah, we should do this every week.
All right.
All right.
I know. So, with that going said, first of all, this podcast it stars 3 maps, and they're all very different. And I'm going to introduce you to all of them. I don't know their names, but they're all very different.
Yeah.
So they all met at this symposium of maps.
Mm-hmm.
Now, first of all, the fact that there's a symposium of people who are minor attracted people just sounds like to me that the police should just find this place and just arrest everybody.
Yeah.
But the fact is this symposium occurred. It's in America. And
Las Vegas?
I don't know where. They
Okay.
didn't really say where. Or they did, but I couldn't. Doesn't matter.
Right, okay.
Right? So, this is them talking about the symposium.
What Finley was saying, we met at the symposium this year. The symposium is this beautiful place where maps and researchers and therapists and doctors and so on and so forth and college students all the way to like the elderly come together and talk about how we can push the conversation of map acceptance as well as education as well as psychiatric help and resources forward. It's a nonprofit organization that's really important to our community.
Okay. So.
Would you mind if I...
Are you speechless?
Okay.
Okay, so the symposium is a great thing because it gets all these great people together to push the conversation forward.
Yeah.
Are you comfortable at all?
Let's just hear a few more.
Okay, good. Well, the second thing is they're worse at editing than you.
Would you mind if I gave some input and you could splice this before we start talking about the symposium? How about we do an introduction on like what map is? Because we can assume most people know what it is who are going to actually be finding this content, but at the same time, like maybe like you go say parts of your identity that are important.
All right, just pause it there for a second. You fucking edit that shit out.
Or change it. He didn't even change it. All right. So the first guy gets on the mic, and there's three of them, and one of the guys is from Germany. Now, one, he has a verbal tick, which I don't know is because he's German and
All right, I've just got to say something because I can't help myself.
Sorry, what?
I can't remember the exact stat, but maybe it's 1 in 100, maybe it's 1 in 50 or something like that. So there are people who they see a young person and they go like they look at them and go, oh, I'm attracted, like that person's hot. It's sort of like the same as, you know, someone else might just see a guy might see a chick and they stare and they go, oh wow, like she's attractive or she's hot, right?
Yeah.
So those people exist.
Yeah.
And they're there and nothing generally happens.
Good.
They see it goes away, they forget about it. Yeah. And there's work out there by psychologists and other people who are actually very vocal in saying if you have these attractive feelings or if you have these urges, come seek professional help. Yeah. You're not going to be judged. Yeah. But we know that we know that if you're going down this pathway, you could end up doing something that's criminal. Yeah. And before you get there,
hold it back.
Like, come see us.
We'll help.
We'll work with you.
Good.
We'll work with you.
Well, that's really good to hear. So let's talk.
Right. So,
and they actually talk about the psychology of it later. And it's interesting. I'm going to bring up someone that I had a bit of a quick research, and maybe you know some more about it. But let's just go through first. They've got the German guy. So the German guy is a bit of a vocal tick. Mm-hmm. He says twice in a row. Yep. Like. Yeah. And I don't know if it's because he's German or that he's scared about talking about his pedophilia. Okay.
All right.
So here he is. This is the German guy coming out to people. Yeah.
But anyway, like I'm a map. I'm 22. I live in Germany, and what else? Like I'm gay, and I've come out to all of my friends by now. My parents, my brother.
That's awesome.
As a map?
They mostly reacted?
I would say all reactions were more positive, way more positive, even in most cases than I expected. Like I'm always like still almost always when I come out to people, I sort of have this fear, even though I like know it's at least mostly irrational that they are like going to kill me or something like that. But most of them didn't even say something prejudiced. My parents were like a bit more, they seemed very concerned and like
so this guy has gone to his parents, I'm attracted to minors, and his parents are just like
okay.
Are you worried yet? Because it only gets weirder. You ready for clip number 2? So
look, from the point of view of going, let's not make this a big deal because, you know, we're not going to socially reinforce it. Yeah. I get that reaction.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
It wasn't like I always thought I had to like have hour-long debates with my friends or my family after coming out, and it was, I guess, sort of almost a bit of a disappointment to just hear them say, okay, you are map and we accept you. And then I was like, wait, but I had already like for years in my head all these prepared debates, and now you just
how many speeches written out, like
just pause just there. Yeah. Audio quality. Fix your audio quality.
Amazing. So this guy here is come out to everyone, and everyone's just like, yeah, cool. Yeah. It's, for me, listening to it for the first time, already the weirdest thing I've heard on a podcast in a long time. And we talk about a lot of weird stuff.
We do.
So, are you ready for the next person we're going to introduce? So, listen to how he describes himself.
I'm just listening to the people driving in their car or at work or listening to this. And they've probably got the same facial expressions I have right now.
I hope everyone's really uncomfortable. So this guy here describes himself. I've got so many clips. I don't know if we're going to go through them all, but we're going to get through. This is why I'm saying this is in the first like half an hour of the show.
Wow.
Okay, so this one here, I've named this one called A Pedo by Any Other Name.
I'm a boy lover who's a proponent of queer, gender, and youth liberation. And I'm a metalhead and punk who's into zines and DIY. And if you want to talk boys and video games, then I'm your guy. My coming out was like probably better than most people's because I'd known about my attraction for.
You know what I liked about Tyler from ABDL?
What is that?
Because the very first he came out and said the very first thing, or in the very first 10 minutes,
Yeah.
saying it's consensual adults.
Yes.
Right.
Ooh, oh boy.
And I was really glad Tyler said that.
Yeah.
Right. And he goes, no, we do this consensual adults. And part of me is like, you're consensual adults. That's, you do your thing, whatever.
Perfect.
Right.
As soon as you get children involved.
Yeah, as soon as you get children who are vulnerable, who I just don't. Like I said, people have these urges and these attractiveness things and that happen and whatever. And there are health professionals out there that are willing to work with you to work through it, so that you don't end up, it could be 5 years, 20 years, whatever down the track.
Yeah.
Acting out on an urge.
No. Okay, listen to this bit.
Oh.
Probably better than most people's because I'd known about my attraction for a really long time, but I didn't call myself a pedophile until like 4 years ago when I joined the community.
Guy didn't call himself a pedophile until he joined the community. A pedophile by any other name is a pedophile.
Well, what is the actual definition of a pedophile?
You can look it up. In that meantime, would you like to hear about what his mum does?
Yeah, okay.
Came out to myself in college, and I came out to all my friends, and they were pretty much like, well, yeah, duh, I pretty much figured that, because I didn't really hide my attraction. The only person in my family who knows, unfortunately, is my mom, because she's the most, I guess, progressive of my family, and I don't really feel comfortable telling the rest of my family, but my mom has been really good about it, and, like, will talk to me about it, and she'll make little jokes about it. When she sees, like, a boy or something, she'll say something about
I'm
it.
so jealous.
I don't think I'd say you're like jealous, like your mum's jealous. Oh.
No, he's jealous of the mum
Oh.
pointing at boys to him.
Oh.
When does this get creepy, Kieran?
Oh, I'm already creeped out. I am massively creeped out. All right. A pedophile, a person who is sexually attracted to children, which I think it can be a little bit different to a person who is attracted to children.
Yeah.
Right. So someone could be attracted to someone, but
Yeah.
they don't have that sexual.
But he now calls himself a pedophile.
Yeah.
Basically.
Which is now this which
Yeah.
just gets weird. Oh, I'm just
Well, a minor
weird.
attracted person, I would just assume it's someone who's attracted sexually, not like just as friends.
Yeah.
I would assume there was definitely a sexual aspect to this. Because this guy talks about a bunch of other stuff, and that's good. So listen to this. This guy has a job, right?
And that's pretty much it. I am in social work, so I've been able to somewhat use my position
Sorry, what?
Whoa.
as a student of social work to talk about the subject with other people in and out of school. And I hope that I will continue to be able to do.
I'm not gonna look. Part of me is like, okay. Part of me is,
How's that hole going?
oh, they better be very careful that they cannot be found.
No, I know.
Because a community of people are going to find them.
Yes. Yes.
There are parents out there which would be like, do not let me anywhere near my child. Like,
Okay. So guy number 3 is also a pedophile. Are you ready for this?
No, so my name is Mur. As I said, I am a map in my early 20s. I don't really identify with the term pedophile because I feel like that's more for the for the exclusive identity, and I don't want to kind of step on any toes, so I like to stay with just the blanket terminology of map because my age of attraction starts from like, I'm not getting into specifics because I know people get really stressed out when they hear specifics, but it's young to old. And I guess on this,
Young to old?
you guys have all
What?
come out to very specific people in your lives. On my end, it's very different. I've come out to like everybody but the people closest to me, and that being my mom and my little sister. Like, literally, I have my partner. They're in the room across the hall right now.
Okay, so this guy.
I'm really understanding why you didn't make it past 20 minutes.
There's so much to clip. It's amazing. So this guy here, you're just talking to him at the bar. Never met him before. Seemed like a regular dude. He goes, hey, guess what? I'm attracted to minors. Go kill yourself.
Gonna get punched in the face.
Amazing. So anyway, apparently, and this is where I was getting into this, he's apparently a master of psychology.
I've been studying map identity and psychology and all that stuff since I was literally 14 years old. I found James Cantor's research and just kind of went off and like was never the same person again. And also completely romanticized age different relationships, like since I could romanticize things. Like
Yes.
Okay, so James Cantor.
Mm,
I don't know if you've ever heard of him.
no.
I never heard of him either. I thought I'd do a quick Google. Nothing fancy. He's on Wikipedia. You can look him up. But he did do a thing here. Cantor stated that is his experience. Pedophiles who commit sexual offences against children do so when they feel the most desperate and have nothing to lose in their lives are worth producing and this and that. And it can't seem to be able to change a pedophile, to Cantor. And the only logical thing is to help us lead people as productive and healthy lives as possible. For some people, that's life's basics, a regular job, place to live, secure, all that sort of stuff. And we make it possible for pedophiles to do that. And he states that there's an online group called Virtuous Pedophiles. Oh boy. A group for pedophiles who acknowledge having sexual interest in children, and those memberships believe their sexual activity between adults and children is wrong and always will be, but could prevent the child abuse. So they understand that. He goes,
Yeah.
Virtuous guys go, I'm attracted to children, but we know it's wrong. We're helping each other out to stop things.
And part of me I don't know, but there could be some kind of biological genetic mutation,
Yeah.
right, which makes some people attracted.
Yeah.
Right. I causal reasons for this. I don't know. Don't study it.
That's right. But
No. So
I thought that was pretty interesting.
I'm willing to accept that there could be some kind of biological genetic mutation which makes these people
The way that they are.
somehow attracted to children.
There they are.
And I actually, those that identify it and those that seek treatment, and so that they can
Those are
and
these
know that
virtuous
it's wrong.
ones that they're talking
Yeah,
about.
you know what? Good on you. Get the help that you need.
That's good. For some reason in my mind, listening to these people talk about what they do, and the fact he's romanticizing the fact that this is something,
Yeah.
and he's always been fascinated by it and interested in it and do it. It doesn't sound like he's one of the ones that's like, I may be wrong, but that's the way he's portraying himself to the casual listener. So,
Are we gonna tag them in our We Only Do One
oh
Thing
hell's
podcast?
no! Oh hell's no!
So
No,
they can hear us talk about them.
hell's no. Okay, next one. Yeah, so he got this guy, the same guy we're listening to now, tells people at the school he goes to that he's a map. This is the response.
But this year, actually, I decided to come out to my entire school. I basically thought I did, like, last year, but I didn't know that it was just, like, some people thought it was a rumor.
So imagine, you come out as a minor attracted person and tell everyone in the school. I would say a lot of people go, it's a pretty funny joke.
Mm-hmm.
People are not going to really take you seriously.
Mm.
And then, how's this? This is the response when he finally does, and he says, yes, everyone, I actually am.
And then I decided, like, to tell my professors and, like, students I don't know, basically. And my life is like, oh, boy, is right. Like, I got doxxed over the summer. People were trying to get me kicked out of school. It has been a wild time.
That would be the response in my head.
Yeah, that would be.
That seems like a normal, visceral response to someone saying, going up to a professor.
If
someone came up to you,
if a student came up to me and disclosed that, you know, I would sit there and talk to them and listen, and then they would leave my office, and the very next thing, I would be on the phone to my boss saying, "We've got a problem."
we've got a big problem.
And then the very next thing would be I would be like reporting.
Yeah. Yes.
And the very next thing is I'd be going, who is this person? What community is attached to this person?
And
because I would now be worried about anyone that has contact with that person.
yeah, absolutely.
And that would be, and if we had to record a podcast that night, I would be phoning you and saying, I can't record tonight because I'm probably going to be working till midnight.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's going to be some shit going down. We're going to have to look through that guy's computer. Speaking of that, so his friends he told all his friends and this and that, and his friends weren't too in. But listen to this clip here. I had to listen to it 2 or 3 times to understand it. I'm just going to play it, and then I'm going to explain how I understand this.
Okay.
Kind of riff off that, like, Peace, what was your most supportive moment, or like most like uplifting kind of response you've gotten?
I'm not really sure. I think it might just be my friends who were so nonchalant about it because they basically thought, they were like, yeah, I get that. The way you talk about boys, the way you rant and rave about this kind of stuff. Because, like, my mom, at first, she did the whole, you know, like, oh, well, you're not going to, like, do anything, right? That kind of thing. But my friends were so chill about it. I think because they've had years of dealing with it. Because I was that person in the group. I was the Shotokan. I was the person who you would go to if you wanted to find that kind of stuff. And they knew that.
A dealer.
The guy dealt kiddie porn!
Okay, it's not. I don't know what I'm interpreting because he's saying it and that. Was he talking about like he was the guy that they came to for sexual favors?
I don't know. I understood it as like.
I've got to stop saying like because he says like all the time. Like
I understand that. I know. Like. I understand so that as, if I had all this stuff about being minor attracted and something about it as a stimulant. That's how I understood it anyway, because they just talked about his mum saying you won't do anything.
Yeah, I don't know how to interpret that.
Amazing.
I don't know. If he was sitting opposite me, we would be asking some very
amazing questions,
follow-up questions to get him to be very specific.
Alright. Anyway, this is a review of that symposium they went to.
Okay.
And I also wanted to give my opinion about the symposium, since we're going all over the place.
Sorry.
And I
Edit that
guess
out.
one of the things I felt was sort of, I felt overwhelmed because I was in a room with all these other people and I finally wasn't the one who was like the odd one out. I had people all around me who were all coming from similar places. I didn't have to hide myself or like dance around the subject at all, because if I said something, everyone else would be like, yeah, I get that.
What a...
All right, I don't know whether this is a great analogy because I haven't thought of it that long.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like masturbating. You do it in private. You don't talk about it in public. You don't go to a
masturbation symposium.
No, right? I'm not sure if that's the right, but that, do you know what I mean? It's sort of...
Okay. So they talk about how it's good to find other people. And these are my last 2 clips.
My concern, like, okay.
We could just listen to this episode and stop it every so. This could be our bonus episodes. If we ever do bonus episodes for Patreon, this is what we would be doing.
This is what we're doing. It's almost the point where if you've got a child who's at school who's hanging out with the wrong crowd, i.e. the 6 teenagers who burnt down Sandringham Primary School on the weekends at 4:20 in the morning. Who the fuck's out at 4:20 in the morning? 13-year-olds, right? And a intervention would be don't let your kid hang around with those other kids because they're going to reinforce the terrible behaviour. Remove them from that school. Remove them from that peer group because you don't want them around reinforcing that terrible behaviour.
Yes.
It's almost the thing going, researchers have symposiums where researchers talk about this.
Yes.
Right? And talk about how we might intervene and treatments and all that kind of stuff. But a group of these people meeting and being able to like reinforce one another, I'm very worried. I'm very, very
Especially
worried.
now that you know a little bit about the three men.
Yeah.
I would be like, if they were all in a room, I would get like, like people.
I don't. If we were interviewing them, I would probably have walked out by now.
Yeah.
I would have been like, I'm done. I'm out.
We would have to put them in another room for them to talk.
Yeah.
Anyway, so one of the things that's really hard to find is other pedophiles to talk to when you're not at this symposium, and that's what this guy talks about here.
Yeah, like I'm sure there are many maps in my city, but it's just I have no idea how to find them, or even in like my region, it's so difficult.
So, hard to find them. But this guy, and this is the last clip. This is my favorite clip. This guy has a solution of where he can find other maps.
Okay.
Have you ever been desperate enough to go, I don't know if Germany has this. I've been desperate enough and it's not like I want to be friends with them or interact with them, but I've gone on watchdog.com and been like, wait, but there are people like me in my city. I'm not like an abuser like they are, but like just to know that there are people in the vicinity who could semi-understand my train of thought ever is like, it was just comforting. And I would do that like fucking 14 years old, just like
reinforcing.
Checking, like,
this is
awesome.
reinforcing the thoughts.
Like age of attraction, like, but yeah.
What's watchdog.com?
Oh, it's a part of the sex offender registry where they have every sex offender from like actually like
No, if you're
classic
not a sex
Hollywood
offender,
therapists.
don't meet sex offenders. Don't, just full stop, don't.
I want to see other people who also have my thing. Oh, I know, sex registry. Let me get in contact with these people. These are the people I admire and want to talk to the most. Have you ever wanted to meet I need to meet my friends. Ooh, let me go look at the law books. Let me look at all the thieves that just went in. They understand the plight of the thiever, of the robber. They understand. That is my favorite clip of the podcast so far. I will bring in, if you are happy with me listening.
This is bonus material.
It's amazing material. I'm happy to listen to all these with you, and we can go through them all. And the more I listen to it, the more insane it gets.
Yeah.
I'm so fascinated. Is this the most amazing thing you've ever heard?
Believable. It is a worry, and oh wow. Sorry, the segment was so long. No,
but...
very fascinating. I'm in like a bit of disbelief that I can't get over that they're fucking publicly. Actually, I really want to listen to Karaoke Big E. See what they say about them.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna say something. What the fuck, Turch?
Yeah. Yeah.
Speechless.
I can't believe that they're publicly putting this out there.
It's a bit surreal, isn't it?
But it's also the part of me. This is in like the psych profession. This is where if I had a person like a client like that, right? Because you're non-judgmental and you're working with them on their problems, I'd be seeking supervision. Because right now the question I have is, am I worried because they think that's normal?
Yes.
Like, is that actually normal to have that level of conversation amongst their peers? Like, that's what I want to know.
It's such an uncomfortable feeling in the back of the head.
Because, yeah, I'm so uncomfortable right now. And I would be going to supervision and going, I need to know, is this uncomfortable? Is this warning flag really actually Yeah, do I have a bias here, or should I actually be
think
really
you do.
fucking worried?
I don't think you have a
Yeah.
bias. I think you have a normal response to this whole thing. Well, anyway, do you want to hear a white woman say the N-word?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, fantastic. I don't know if you heard about this, but Kobe Bryant passed away. He died in a plane crash. This and that.
Helicopter crash.
A helicopter crash.
Helicopter.
My mistake. But did you see the reporter? She was reporting on it. I got the news clip here.
Okay.
We can have a look at that.
You couldn't deny how much he brought to the team, no matter which Lakers team he played on.
Yeah, it seems like he was just the kind of athlete, the kind of star that was perfectly cast on the Los Angeles Lakers. Los Angeles Lakers going to stay with us. We're going to go to Bill Roden. He's joining me by...
Oh.
So anyway, she's been suspended.
Oh.
But she was just trying to say, and I was trying to work out why would she say that.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't even seem like a word that should just like in that context. But she was trying to say Knights and Lakers together.
Yeah. Lakers, Knights, Nakers.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
it's very funny.
That's a slip of the tongue.
That's fantastic.
This is why I like the internet and podcasts.
I don't know. We had the video, but realistically, you just had to hear the audio.
You want to hear another article, Turch?
Yeah, rap. I think I've got something about Vermin Supreme here,
Okay.
but maybe we can save it for another. Oh, well, maybe we'll see. How long? We'll go. What do you got?
What do I have? What do I have? Turch, do you aspire to own a BMW or a Mercedes?
Oh, Jess owns a BMW. Do you know that?
I do know that.
Do you know? So no.
Well, this doesn't quite apply to females.
True. I would like an Audi. Audi's always nice.
All right, well, this then applies to you.
It does.
Study! And I want you to know that this is reported in the Journal of International Psychology.
Oh, okay. So it's a legit, I guess. Legit enough.
Men who own Mercedes and BMWs are more likely to be assholes.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's in now. The drivers of those luxury cars that cut you off really do suck. A new study in the Journal of International Psychology finds that many owners of high-status luxury cars are actually assholes. The answers were unambiguous. Self-centered men who are argumentative, stubborn, disagreeable, and unempathetic are much more likely to own a high-status car, such as an Audi, BMW, or Mercedes.
Could there be a correlation between that and baby boomers as well?
Possibly, but also...
Or people who are well off?
But people who are well off,
Yeah.
maybe, not all of them, but are probably more likely to be assholes who've climbed like the corporate ladder.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
And-
Like, it's not because of the car that they're an asshole. It's they own a car, but
Yeah.
they just happen to be assholes and they need to be assholes in their job to buy the car.
Yeah.
You know, like you don't see like I don't know, like you know, don't see too many rich, super poor people driving Lamborghinis. I guess.
Well, poor people can't afford Lamborghinis.
Oh, and that's the thing. Like they're not buying BMWs and all that sort of stuff as well.
Well, no, they're not.
No.
Because they're poor.
Yeah.
They can't afford a Lamborghini.
That's like one of those things that say, oh, people who drive red cars like get into more accidents or like speed more and stuff like that. But like I'm like, yeah, but that's just who's more likely to buy a red car? Probably a guy.
Yeah, maybe.
You know.
Maybe, I don't know.
Causation does not mean correlation.
Correlation doesn't equal causation.
It's my mistake. That one there. You know. Yeah. I think I was like, I was talking to my cousin about, I think Damien about that, and he goes, "What do you mean by that?" And I go, "Well, I showed him a graph, and it's like
a good fan of the podcast.
good fan of
as
the
well.
podcast." I go to him, like I showed him a graph, like, the number of Nicolas Cage films that Nicolas Cage was in a year compared to like women in the top 0.01% of business owners or something, and it moved exactly the same. And I'm like, yeah, but you wouldn't say Nicolas Cage was in films because there was so many women that were in CEO positions, stuff like that.
That's right. Correlation doesn't equal
No, it
causation.
doesn't mean-
You're talking to the researcher here.
There used to be are you into Facebook bots? I'm in this community of people who make bots.
What the fuck is Facebook bots?
So they make Facebook pages and they get a bot, like a piece of software in the background,
Yeah, right.
and it posts things. And they could do things like there's ones that like do like the Hunger Games, like that film. They do that so everyone puts in their people that they want, and then it just randomly generates a Hunger Games story. Like this person killed this person with a knife.
Okay.
And it's really interesting, like when you're at work and stuff, every hour it just updates. So you just have a read, go, oh, look, that's happening. So like a story panning out, but just random, It'll be like, oh, Donald Trump's hair defeated Hillary Clinton,
Oh.
It's stuff like it's funny, right?
Okay.
But someone made a bot of and it got shut down because I think someone got offended, and it's always the case. But it was statistics that were close. Like like the movements.
I've got a book on all of this.
Yeah,
I've got a
yeah.
stats book with
I
all
love that sort of
these
stuff.
correlations, which is the amount of butter that was produced, and like the trade deficit or something like that.
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
Yeah.
Or very similar enough to go, oh, they've the movements are the same. I can't remember what the bot was called, but I love all those sort of stuff on Facebook.
No, it's fascinating.
Oh, one more thing. I have this one. So, 2020's coming, or is here.
Yep.
Election.
We are in 2020.
American elections coming up.
9 months away.
9 months away. Donald Trump obviously going to win. I mean, they can't lose now. He can't get impeached.
Yeah.
He's acquitted.
Basically, Bernie Sanders, too old.
Yeah, I know.
You might win the Democratic thing. And you know what?
Well, they're pushing Joe Biden. I don't know why they're that map guy. He's been kissing lots of underage women recently.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy Joe. I know. I should have brought the clip in of him talking about the black guy.
If Bernie, part of me goes, I'd like Bernie to just win the Democratic thing, but he's not going to beat Trump.
Nah.
Right, but I think he deserves his time to be the Democratic because he has done a lot of change and a lot of good, and
he even said that women couldn't be president. I mean, that's correct, but he shouldn't have said it.
Yeah. Elizabeth Warren, she's not going to win.
Pocahontas over there won't win.
Yeah, Sleepy Joe.
So got some kissing kids. Have you seen all those videos of him kissing kids?
Yeah.
Terrible.
Anyway, and then there's another guy. I'm like, I haven't even heard of you.
Yeah, I know. But one candidate is the Supreme, the Vermin Supreme.
Right.
Have you ever heard about Vermin Supreme?
No.
He's the Libertarian candidate, and I think he's the guy. I know you're a Libertarian.
Am I a Libertarian?
Well, just more freedoms, all that sort of stuff.
More freedoms, less taxes.
Yeah, pretty simple sort of thing. But I think Vermin Supreme, like Gary Johnson was the previous.
Do you know how much tax we pay?
Dude, the alcohol excise went up. And I had to yell at people at a family dinner about it, and they were just not very happy with me. But nonetheless, Vermin Supreme is our candidate 2020. If Trump, he's the only person I trust. So we're going to watch a little bit of a documentary about him.
Alright.
And we can stop it whenever you want.
Okay.
But just, we'll get it going.
Hi, my name's Vermin Supreme, and I'm generally known as a person who's running for president.
I'm a friendly fascist. I'm a tyrant that you should trust, and you should let me run your life, because I too know what is best for you.
I'm a fringe candidate.
Just look at what he's wearing.
So, do you want to describe what he's wearing?
He's a wizard.
He's a wizard.
He's
got
a wizard.
Boot on his head.
He's wearing a wizard costume.
And a boot on his head.
Is that a boot?
It's a boot.
Okay.
That means I'm running for president of America. Of course, on any given year, literally several hundred people are running for president, but you don't generally hear about them. But this year, things, got a little different, and I literally blew up. Figuratively blew up. I guess I didn't literally blow up, of course.
Now I'm a meme. Vermin Supreme's glittered spangled
When
rise
did I
to
become
memedom.
a meme? I would say it started on December 19th.
That's a nice overgrown garden.
Last year.
Great.
It was at the lesser-known candidate debate.
I'm asking you right now, do you still stand by your pledge made in 2008 to provide a pony for every American?
Yes, I do, sir. Free ponies for all Americans.
He's wearing
I
a
did
boot
give
on his
a
head.
dandy performance, and it seemed to very much resonate with the people. But that very night, I glitter bombed. Had the pleasure of glitter bombing homophobe and fetishist Randall Terry.
Jesus told me to make Randall Terry gay with magic sprinkle dust.
Mr. Supreme. Thank you.
And it was that night after I had sprinkled the magic fairy dust on him to turn him gay, Jesus having told me so. My friend Jimmy had shot that because I was able to bring a few people into the audience that night, and we put that out on the internet as quick as we could. And that went out in the tens of thousands, maybe. But then by the time that C-SPAN eventually ran the actual debate, it did in fact go viral.
Amazing.
Oh.
Are you voting for him yet?
Yeah, keep going. Keep going. This is great.
For me, it became a meme when the image and likeness started to be appropriated and started to be used in various artistic projects.
Turning gay. Thank you. All right. Okay. Turning gay. And all the ungays melting away.
And being a meme is a very curious and interesting phenomenon. It means that I am now bigger and larger and exist in a way that is far beyond my physical body. When I blew up, when I became super big and super internet famous, I picked up a lot of very exciting and interesting and new constituents. And the bronies, the fans of the My Little Pony series have been amazing.
Oh,
in their
the
support
bronies
for my
are up with
campaign.
him.
They have generated much of the fan art that has come out. A lot of the posters, a lot of the pony graphics. Because
Of course they love him, because he's going to give a pony to everybody.
Oh. The video production quality
It's fantastic.
is really good, yeah.
Free Pony for All Americans promise, and they've been great supporters.
I wanted to follow up on Ambassador Shoemaker's question
Yes.
regarding the ponies.
Yes.
Is that the only government entitlement program that you support? What other entitlement programs are you for?
Just that one.
The transition from print into digital, the social media development of the social media. I believe the last election when President Obama got himself elected on promises of hope and change, and not being able to deliver on that, and creating a vast group of youth who are totally disillusioned with the politics because they didn't promise something and they didn't see it coming, and it just all congealed.
Oh, Obama wanted to give hope and change. He couldn't live up to that.
Came together in this moment in time. And I think that's what happened. You know, it just struck a nerve, and I blew up. And now, I am a meme. I am a meme. I like my coffee with cream. I am a meme. My name is Vermin Supreme.
I am a meme. I'm on your computer screen. I am a meme. My name is Vermin Supreme. I am a meme. Like an electronic dream, I am a meme. On the digital stream, I am a meme.
That is great.
So I would,
we got to post that on our Facebook page.
I would absolutely highly recommend checking out Vermin Supreme. Just for some of the memes of the videos and stuff like that. He's fantastic. He's the candidate, other than Trump, that could win.
And you know what? The other politicians at those things fucking hate his guts.
Of course!
And I love the people that he's like the Chasers War and everything. Just
Yeah.
taking the piss out of it. It's fucking hilarious.
But, free pony.
Free
How
pony.
can you go wrong?
Yeah.
How can you go wrong? Oh, Kieran, we've done a lot today.
We have done a lot.
Next episode will be a bit more normal. We've got a couple of guests coming in for each. I probably won't bring anything about that podcast, but I'll definitely bring in some more clips when I can get through some more of those episodes. But for all you lovely people out there, you lovely wankers out there, make sure you follow us on SoundCloud, Apple Music, Spotify, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. If you'd like to send us a hate mail, death threat, or a rant,
especially what we've just covered.
Oh, definitely just
today.
what we've covered. If you don't like it, please let us know, because I just want to keep listening to this and bringing clips in. But make sure you can record it on your phone and email us at weonlydo1takepodcast@gmail.com. Kieran, thank you so much for one of the most insane episodes we've done in a while, which is great. It's just great, deep, big, large.
I'm done. I haven't finished my alcohol. I'm going to finish my alcohol
that's amazing. Finish it up, and we'll see you next Thursday. With who on it?
Sorry, with them talking about that. Oh, not karaoke. Who are these podcasts?
Yeah, it's already out. They do have a lot of the similar sort of clips, but I think we do it with more justice. There's more clips coming. More clips coming.
Oh, I've got to... I'm sorry, I'm looking at them right now.
You got to download it. Woo! Spicy. Maybe I need another drink.
Wow. Map. There we go, got it.